right, everybody, welcome to another episode of The Blind View. And here is your host, Rebecca Meadows.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody? It's great to be here on this Wednesday evening. I have Anya and Brandon with me. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic. Hope everyone else is too.
Indeed, you do. And good evening to each and every one of you, my fellow panelists.
So, guys, I wanted to jump right into today because there's some pretty crazy stuff going on right now.
Yeah,
And
let's go.
and
Yes,
and
there
I'm
is.
really frustrated and annoyed right now by something, and so I wanted to talk about this. These Democrat politicians that are running away from their responsibilities, the ones that have been voted into office, like
Oh,
what's
in
going on in
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
And doesn't that drive these guys crazy that they just do that to try to block the people from getting business done?
Well, because they know they're gonna lose, that's why they're doing it. On this
Yeah.
Well, and I want to, just so that everyone knows, Becca is not using hyperbole. They literally, well, except that you could say, well, they didn't run away, they flew away. They literally got on nice jets. I mean, they didn't call up, Southwest Airlines. Oh, no. Leather seats and everything. Nice jets at probably our expense,
Yes.
expense, just to evade their congressional responsibility. Yeah, they literally did that.
And this is so juvenile, this behavior. It reminds me of crap I used to see on the playground in elementary school. Don't you guys find their behavior really juvenile?
This is not the first time they're doing this, though.
I know, but it's getting ridiculous that they keep doing this stuff and that the taxpayers aren't holding them accountable. It just drives me crazy. We have so many important things that need to get done. You know what I mean?
Well, I hope Governor Abbott follows through on this, because he said he was going to, if they don't come back, I think there'll be arrest warrants issued. They can be arrested.
Yeah, I think he said he's sicking the FBI on him and stuff, right? And I think that's good. I think he needs to do that.
Yeah, and then he can literally kick them off. Like he can appoint others.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that be hoot, you people? I mean, that would be hilarious if they lose.
Yeah, because of their shenanigans.
Yeah. I mean, that would be...
Well, but what I like about what the state of Texas leadership is doing, and the face of that leadership is Governor Abbott. They're doing everything by the books. They like to say no one is above the law, right? No one is above the, and they're not. I agree with that basic sentiment. But what they're doing is all by the book, all legal. But yeah, I do also believe that Texas is fully within their state constitutional right. If they want to redistrict, or if they want to kick people off for desertion of their post, basically abandonment of their official duties, I think is the term that they're using, abandonment of official duties.
Yeah, it is. And he even quoted some statutes or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it would be great too if Governor Abbott just appoints people to replace them, because damn it, the people's business needs to get done, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but that would be crazy though, right? Like I don't know when that last happened, but that's not something you hear about every day.
Yeah. You mean about the people sneaking off like they did, you mean?
No. I mean, if he actually does remove them from their seats in Congress, it's like, wow.
Yeah, but I know that would be a really unprecedented move, but look at their behavior.
Oh, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it literally looks, to me, pretty spineless. I mean,
honestly, if I was Governor Abbott, like, when I've been to battle with people like this, I like to one-up them, right? Like just sending the FBI after them and dragging them back, to me, isn't punishment enough for them. I think they should be reprimanded. You know what I mean? They should be disciplined, like they've done to previous politicians and like lawmakers who like to show off. Remember that guy that pulled the fire drill?
Oh yeah, what's his
name? Like he should have been reprimanded, but they let him off easy. Like they keep doing that, letting these Democrats off easy for their stupid shenanigans that they do just to disrupt the what the people are trying to accomplish. You know what I mean? Like the people have a lot of important stuff going on, like the relief for the flood victims in Texas, right? That's being blocked right now because of the shenanigans of these Democrats.
Well, and I think like I'm not exactly saying that like I'm usually the one that says like I'm not in favor of all this contention, but I do have to just point out, not that I'm telling you all things that anybody with that's even, I think even if you're dim-witted, you know this. Okay, compare the treatment of the former administration to this one to our current president. I mean, the treatment varies greatly. For a specific example, they let him off, the former president, because they said I'm paraphrasing here because I don't have the verbatim document in front of me, but basically he's an old guy. It wouldn't be fair. It would make him look horrible. So we're not going to take him to trial. We're not going to charge him with anything. That's what they said about him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and after everything that him and his administration did to the American people for 4 years. Yeah, I remember that too. And I was very upset with the way they just let that feeble old man off. I think that's what they called him, a feeble old man or something like that. I remember that.
Right. And then, but then compare that to the fact that they literally not once, but multiple times tried to gun down someone running for the president of the United States. And then people started to say, oh, they didn't shoot him. Oh, that's fake. Oh, that didn't happen like that.
Here's the thing. Maybe Biden's losing his mind and maybe the American people couldn't get any real justice out of prosecuting him. But there's plenty of thieves and cowards and lowlives who were under him that were pulling all the strings while he was in office. They were the ones who were actually doing all of this crap.
Yeah,
and all of them can be prosecuted. None of them have immunity or whatever that the president has. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's already been talked about a lot and proven that the staffer, like Biden staffers, definitely overused his auto pen.
They were abusing the auto pen, and they were, who knows what else they were doing, and who knows whose direction they were doing it at too.
Well, and I think now here again, I'm not necessarily opposed to the auto pen ideologically. However, I think that case is going to hinge on, it can be used only with the president's knowledge and consent. And we know, because Biden was asked, why did you do this? He was like, what? I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I never did that. He goes, Mr. President, yes, you did. I can show you the document right here that has your signature on it. So does that sound like he had knowledge and consented to that? It doesn't sound like it to me.
Yeah, it sounds like he was completely clueless and like snowballed by the question, right? And
I mean, think about those.
And compare him to President Trump, how on the ball President Trump is with everything, right? Compared to how totally clueless Biden was all the time with everything. I feel really good having someone in the House like President Trump. I mean, I'm much safer. When Biden was in the White House, I prayed so hard every day that God would protect us. You know what I mean? But
think about those pardons that he issued right before 12 o'clock, like before his presidency, so-called presidency, was being over. Was terminated.
in the twilight hours of his presidency.
Exactly. So I really don't think it was him behind it. I think that the machine did it for him. Like, okay, we're gonna pardon this and this person, that person. Well,
but again, if he didn't have knowledge of that, and also he didn't consent to that, that is a catastrophically huge problem and an abuse of authority.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what Trump was asked one. Like, what are you going to do about these out-of-pen pardons and stuff? And Trump
You know,
smartly answered. He said it's to the courts to decide.
So, in the future, they may have to have something where they have receipts to prove that the president authorized the auto pen, right? Like a voice tag from the president authorizing it, or something like that.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, so that you actually hear, but then there's all this stuff now where they can actually fake voices, you know what I mean? So maybe that wouldn't be quite fail proof, right? But there's got to be something with today's technology that they can find where the president can still use this auto pen authority, but where there'll be like an actual receipt where the president proves that it's him with a voice tag that's identified by a computer or something in the White House that, yes, that really is the president or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could use biometric, fingerprint or retinal scan or...
Oh, yeah. With today's technology, there's lots of things. You're right.
Yeah, and there are certain things about a human being that AI cannot duplicate,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's so scary. Aren't you guys scared at the idea of somebody putting an AI humanoid up there, like one of the future generations of these AIs that will be so lifelike that it will be nearly impossible for the common eye to recognize them as robots and not actual people? Like, can't you see these Democrats putting one of them up for the presidency in 4 more years in 2028? That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? That'll be the next thing they try. Just watch. Yeah, I bet that'll be it. That'll be their next trick is they'll try to put a fucking robot up there and try to trick everybody into thinking that it's a real person.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Anya.
I was just gonna say, I mean, people have been talking for a long time now that at some point, because AI has gotten so advanced, they're talking that video evidence may not be submitted, accepted in court anymore.
Oh yeah, I can see that because of the way everything can be falsified now.
Yeah, voices, images, everything.
Well, and I do think that it's getting a little better because like I'm subscribed to a bunch of different channels, and I saw where Kamala Harris apparently made a statement the other night, and I'm like, I don't think she really said that. I think this is AI, but man, they're getting better. It does sound more like her. It doesn't quite have the awkward speech cadence and stuff. It's getting better.
Did you say you saw Kamala Harris AI?
I mean, I don't know. Because I don't have live TV, but I don't think that she was talking about that. It was concerning, and so we're gonna at least shine a flashlight down into a rabbit hole here, okay, guys? Have you guys heard about the Nasara and Jasara movement? It involves like the national and global economy.
No, sorry.
Yeah, well, it's kind of fringy for sure, but yeah, that Kamala allegedly was talking about. Oh, we're not gonna let radical conservatives hijack the economy with the Jasara movement. But I don't think she actually said that though. I think that was AI. But
no, there was a lot of fake Kamala AI out there. I mean, after the election, after she lost, I saw at least 2 of them, showing how pissed off she was and what she was saying and cussing and stuff. Like, obviously it was not her. But
really, you don't think it was her?
No, I don't think so.
But I haven't seen anything like that.
Did it sound like her, or could you tell that it was AI?
I mean, it was very close. I could tell it was AI, but I think her voice, the real voice, is a little bit lower. But yeah, she's like, thanks America for fucking nothing, and just a bunch of stuff. I mean, she wouldn't be saying.
Yeah, I can kind of tell that. I mean, sometimes it seems to me like I can identify AI voices too.
I've been able to, but I think it's getting better. So holy crap, it's like, oh,
that's what terrifies me so much is because of how good these computers are becoming. But you know what that means? We as humans, we need to work to make our brains stronger. You know that?
Yeah.
Because so many people are letting their brains get weak, and it's not smart to let yourselves get weaker as the computers are getting smarter.
Yeah, and then you guys, I don't know which banks you use, but in my bank, like when you call, it often asks you to create your voice signature, like voice
Oh,
identification. So
uh-huh.
I always bypass. I don't do this, but I do hear that when somebody calls you like unrecognized number, whether it's a scammer or something, when you talk, you should try to avoid the word yes, because
Right.
they can record your voice and use it. So if I get a call and they say, "Hello, is this Anna, for example, or something, Anya, whatever," I don't know who this is. I say, "How may I help you?" I don't say yes. You know.
It's getting to the point where I'm afraid to answer phone calls that I don't know anymore, because how do you know they're not going to record your voice and then use AI to imitate it? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And
Plus
like,
in the financial stuff, like.
yeah.
Well, and never mind. I mean, I just gotta say it annoys me. All the oh, can you give the firemen money? Can you give the police money? Can you give the
Oh
ambulance people
yeah.
money? It's like, okay, I
Oh yeah, and you say yes to one of them, and then they let all the other groups know. Then they're all calling you.
right.
I usually say,
Yeah.
"Have a good day," and hang up the phone.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you guys, but I get texts almost every day, where it
Yeah.
says, "Hello, my name is whatever Alex, and I'm a recruiter from blah blah blah.
Oh.
I came across your resume, and we would like to offer you a remote
Uh,
opportunity." Like, oh my
Oh yeah,
god.
and do you guys ever get ones about, like, I got one like a few days ago. It was a message that said something like, "Hey, you have outstanding tickets, and we're gonna come and repossess your car if you don't get all these tickets paid and stuff." And oh, I just laughed.
Yeah, I
But that one though, Becca, that one does get a lot of people though.
it
Really?
does. It does.
Yeah, because they're like,
Oh,
oh, did I forget? Because a lot of them say, oh, you have overdue
that's
tolls.
that's one great thing about being blind. I know it wasn't me. Or like, oh, I used to get phone calls for people wanting to replace my auto glass all the time too. Oh, I got
Yeah,
so sick of
yeah.
calls.
Yeah, I just had
Oh,
this.
my 2015 Malibu, huh? Yeah, right, right. Like I'm so sure I have that. Yeah, yeah.
What were you
Yeah,
saying,
I'm
Anya?
statutorily blind.
No, I mean, I just got this text like this just the other day about unpaid tolls, and then I was so tempted. I told my husband, like, can I send them like a middle finger? He's like, well, they're just waiting for your response. They're fishing to see which number is a working number or whatever. I was like, well, but I'm not clicking on any link, so I could not resist the temptation, and I sent them a middle finger. So yeah.
Oh man.
I usually like either do the report them, because there's that option, report as spam or something
I
like
know,
that.
but it doesn't seem to do anything.
I know it doesn't either. So sometimes I text back and I just say stop, because I think, doesn't that block them from contacting you again automatically?
No, if it's set
Oh,
up that way, like if you're
oh,
enrolled, like if you opt in into something like your hospital, system or
oh,
something, but just saying stop, it's not gonna do
oh,
anything.
oh, I thought it blocks them from continuing to text
And
you all the time and stuff. So, because
no, they
I get sick of that crap, especially during election time.
Oh yeah. Well, the funny thing is that my phone number, my current phone number, used to belong to a lady, Democrat lady. So I don't think she ever updated her registration. So and I was bombarded like during the election season. They thought it was her, and then they would send me these ads and all this
Uh,
stuff, and I would unload on them and say like, I was a Democrat, but I'm no longer Democrat because you and blah blah blah. They just list all the things.
I still now some, like I think one of them I did opt into. So I'm gonna name drop here. I think I did opt into Win Red, and so I get a text from Win Red all the time. But there's other political organizations that I do not remember opting into. Man, I still get political stuff all
oh
the time.
yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, delete. Delete.
Because your
You just want
information
Oh,
gets
money.
sold on the internet.
Delete.
I kept getting text messages from
Yeah.
Trump, and it was like, seemed like it was all kinds of Trump things, right? Or Trump associates, right? Like people that I knew who were members of Trump's team. Like I'd be
Uh-huh.
getting messages from them and stuff. And I don't know how I finally got rid of him. I think I unsubscribed to him, hit unsubscribe enough or stop enough or crap like that enough where I just finally don't get him anymore. But I was getting forever, and it was getting old fast. I mean, I'm really a conservative leaning person, right? I have some liberal views, like I'm a pot smoker, right? And well, that's about it for me personally, I guess.
Not many.
Like I also embrace my sister who's a lesbian, right? I don't shun her like my parents used to do when we were growing up, right? I embrace my sister, and I always have. I've always loved her, even though she's a lesbian, you know. And
I don't see anything wrong with that, but I just won't support the movement officially. Like, I'm not going to their parades. I'm not going to raise funds for them. Like, I'm not going to support the movement.
You know, my sister has never even done any of those things, and she's a lesbian.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I've asked my sister how she feels about gay marriage and stuff like that, and she's not for gay marriage. You know what I mean? And so just because she self-identifies as gay doesn't mean she supports all the same agenda that the typical leftists do. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know there is an organization, in fact, called Gays Against Rumors.
Do the commercial break.
Oh yeah, let's do a commercial break, guys.
Okay.
Stay with us.
Why don't they have blind people sections at sporting events? Why do I gotta pay the same price to not see shit? Okay? The Jumbotron ain't even built for me.
I am the business manager here at the Visually Impaired School of Arizona.
I see you brought the film crew. Make sure you get my good side.
All right, settle down and get focused on your tasks.
I teach the art of cuisine, child.
You wanna know the problem? The biggest problem in the blind community is you sighted people.
Just take a look over here.
Yeah, I don't know where that is, man.
Okay, you all need to turn off those cameras and just leave the building.
Wait, Joe, hold on.
Oh, on your right.
You're on the right.
How would you know that the men you're dating are black?
No, this is not card member services. This is the Visually Impaired School of Arizona.
Gigi, where are his pants?
I don't know.
Billy doesn't work here. He basically came with the building.
I can be the very first mayor of Blind Sylvania.
Make blind America great again.
There goes my pie.
This happens every day?
No,
Sometimes.
of course not.
Are we back?
Oh, we are. Indeed.
Wow,
I believe we are.
I love that commercial, and you know, when I see that commercial, it makes me want to go watch the whole episode again. And and you guys have never seen it, have you?
Well, of course we have. We talked about this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the pilot episode.
I saw the whole episode more than once. Yeah.
Okay, well, if any of our viewers would like to see Don't Look Now, either the audio described version or the one without audio description, send us an email at beccameadows76@gmail.com, and I'm sure, could arrange a screening for you where we could send you a link and you could watch it, and then give us your feedback on it if you're interested.
And I really appreciated that there was an audio description, you know, a sort of option or addition. You know what, guys? Let me ask you all this question. Okay. Let me ask you both this: do either one of you have Apple TV?
No.
I think I have an Apple TV app on my phone, and I don't know if I open it up, if I could watch it. I think I probably could, or could probably sign up for it or something. I just don't have a lot of time to sit around watching TV. When I have free time, I usually listen to audiobooks or podcasts.
Well, funny that you ask.
You don't have an Apple TV, the little dongle thing you plug into the TV?
I used to, and it's probably still out there, but I don't even, and I think the remote control's floating around out there, but I have that TV in the living room. It's lucky if it gets turned on once or twice a year. Like I'm like, it's me in the house and my 3 dogs. And I don't watch.
I got you.
You see, I'm sorry. I apologize. I just don't know about.
No. I don't have any either. But this is why I bring it up.
Okay.
Because many people in the blindness community think that Apple is just amazing and wonderful and great and super, and everybody else sucks. But anyway, I'm not here to debate that right now. What I thought was cool is that the Netflix app on my phone will read captions. So why that matters is because I wanted to watch a movie that the audio was only in Korean, but it did have English captions. And I'm like, well, I don't think it's going to matter. But TalkBack on my phone in the Netflix application read the English subtitles. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. But my Roku won't do that. I don't have an Apple TV. I do have an old like Gen 1 Google Chromecast, but it's not plugged in right now. And I have a Roku. And a Roku won't do that. Even though it does have voice guide, it won't read any subtitles. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
So since you bring up Apple TV, like I have the Apple TV box in my living room.
Yeah.
And I have watched that once or twice, but it's been a few years since I bothered to turn it on because I just don't have a lot of time to sit down there. But listen, on my iPhone, I have an Apple TV app, which I also haven't really had time to open up and look at. But do you think if I open that up, do you think I could get Apple TV on my iPhone?
Probably.
Yeah, you probably could. Okay, well, I got iPhone 16 just back in June, I think. So, and then with the new iPhone, they give you like free, like 90-day or 30-day, I don't remember, trial period for free to use Apple TV. And I never activated because I don't care. But when I got my old phone for the first time, I did activate. And basically, yeah, you can just, it's very similar to Netflix.
Yeah, good. Thanks for letting me know. I'll take time to look at it then, because, yeah, I do want to be able to watch things, but I just don't have a lot of time. But I am starting to find extra time to do things.
Yeah, but you have to sign up for it, and
you do have to sign up for it. Can you just like click on your Apple ID and add it through your Apple ID like that? So if you have like your Apple ID in your phone already, you know.
Well, what I'm saying is you have to pay for it. Like you sign up for it and you have to pay. But what really pissed me off about that Apple TV back then, I'm talking about back in 2020 when I got my iPhone, whatever, 11. So maybe Netflix is the same way. I don't know. But for me, it's weird. Okay, I already pay for a subscription. But there are, while you pay for the subscription, there are still categories like or some certain movies or shows that you have to pay extra. I was like, what the hell? I don't know.
That's stupid. That's terrible. Was that on Apple TV you said or on Netflix?
Apple TV. That's how it was 5 years ago.
Oh,
yeah. But check it out. I think you're onto something there, Anya, because I think that Netflix does do that. If you only pay them for basic service or whatever. I think there are some things that they won't let you watch. I think Hulu does it too.
That's a ripoff. That's so stupid.
Yeah, and actually, did you just hear, I don't know if any of you care. I guess it's not that big a deal, but Disney is going to be killing off Hulu.
Disney is killing off Hulu?
Yeah. Well, because Disney already owns Hulu, and so what I'm saying is, like right now, and until sometime in 2026, there's a separate Hulu app. Right, Disney owns it. But if you want to, like, I like being able to, if I want to watch something, like I like American Horror Story, right? And if I want to watch something on Hulu, I can go to the Hulu app. I just kind of like that. It's like I don't want to log into the same stuff where my daughter used to watch Blue's Clues to watch American Horror Story. That's going to be weird. That's going to be weird. But I'm going to, of course, make my own profile and stuff. But it's like, let's go to Disney Plus and watch Criminal Minds. That's weird. I don't like the. But what are you going to do? I think they're going to kill off Hulu next year. So.
Yeah, I'm so glad I'm not subscribed to anything. The only thing I do is watching YouTube, and only free version of it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, trust me, when you have kids, you gotta have something, otherwise they get bored, and bored kids are not good.
Yeah, well, that's why. Well, I don't have Robert. My husband has Amazon Prime, so he uses.
Okay. Hey, there's some actually good stuff on that, actually.
Yeah, well, he's not complaining, so he always finds something to watch. And
Heck yeah.
I use it only for shopping part of it. I don't care about movies.
You never watch it? No? But now, like, okay, so Becca said she reads a lot. I mean, okay. She said she
Speaking
does
of which,
audiobooks.
have you guys read anything by Linda Castillo on Bard?
No.
OMG, I love this
Actually,
author.
that name sounds familiar, except I thought it was pronounced Castillo, but that name sounds familiar.
They pronounce it Castillo when the readers read it, but it's spelled Castillo. So I think it might be actually pronounced Castillo.
No, it's supposed to be Castillo because it's Hispanic name. Double L always reads as Y. Castillo.
Castillo. Okay.
Yo.
Anyway, she writes about like she writes this series about this female police chief who was raised Amish and she left the Amish community, as a young adult, and then went to law enforcement school and became a police chief. And now she's the police chief in this community. And everyone, yes, and every one of the books are so compelling.
Somebody was telling me about this the other day.
Yeah. Oh, you guys got to check out her books. They're on Bard. And her last name is spelled Castillo. First name Linda. And oh my gosh, the books are so good. And like these are, I'm saying like these books keep me up at night, right? You know what I mean? And it's a female heroine, which I really dig, and it's so exciting reading the books. And so, yeah, it sounds like Brandon's had some exposure to some of Linda's writing.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't remember if that was on Audible or Bard.
There's a lot.
Someone told me to check it out, so I think I looked at it a little bit. Yeah.
So I just finished this book called After the Storm, and it's on Bard by Linda Castillo, and it's about this tornado that hits the community, right? And then everybody's pitching in to do a cleanup, right? Because a lot of buildings were destroyed and stuff in the tornado. And this Boy Scout troop finds a human skull.
Oh, geez.
Oh, wow.
But it's a human skull, so it's from somebody that's been dead for a while, right? It's not from someone that was killed in the storm. But so that starts a whole investigation. And it's such a great book. I just finished it, right? And I strongly recommend you guys check it out.
Well, when the book is interesting, like I can stay up all night, literally. Like and even if I want to put it down, like, okay, it's time to go to bed, I shut it off and then I keep thinking about what I just read, and then I'm so curious about what's coming. So I'm picking it back up and start reading again.
So if you like good books, Anya, like you should read some of these books then. Like I said, they're on Bard, and I bet I've read over a dozen of her books, and I've only just discovered her like 2 or 3 years ago. She's really good, and she's got a lot of books on Bard.
I gotta tell you all, I maybe shouldn't do this. It really might be unwise for me to do this, but I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway. You guys might have to manage your own relationships with people in time. I'm gonna tell you anyway. If you guys don't know, you're about to know. There is a service on the internet called Goodreads. Okay, and it's kind of like Pandora, but for books. So in other words, if you know of hopefully more than one book that you like, you can go and type it in, and it will show you similar kinds of books. I don't know if I should have just said that, but I just said it, and I'm not sorry.
Why shouldn't you say that though?
Because it sounds like you two read a lot, and so people.
I am starting to read more again now, and I'm listening to a lot of, like I said, Linda Castillo's books. And something else I'm getting excited about? I'm getting excited about being able to use my eyes to read again here soon with glasses, of course. I think.
Oh, wow!
Yeah.
Now,
is going really good. So,
do you mean like smart glasses or just regular eyeglasses?
Regular eyeglasses. I don't plan on using smart glasses.
No. Okay.
No. I'm
I do.
regular
I do plan on
eyeglasses.
using... So I don't know which ones I'm gonna get though.
Do they have smart glasses right now that you can just hold a book and read it like you can with eyes? Like it'll read it to you like that?
Well, yeah.
Or
they
you can
do.
go line by line?
Oh, I don't know about that. But I mean,
Well-
there's the Envision glasses right now, and there's the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses.
And Google, something from Google, right?
Are either of you using any of these kinds of products, or have you guys used any of these products that he's talking about? I have never used any of them.
I seriously considered getting a pair, and at convention, they were on sale, like 20% off. So I talked to those
Not
people,
bad.
but when I talked to a bunch of people who have had some experiences with them, and pretty much everybody told me, smart glasses do pretty much anything what your iPhone can. Like the only advantage, from what I have gathered, the only advantage that those glasses have is when you travel, like, and you need your hands free, like you need to roll your suitcase and to have your cane, and you don't have to hold your phone. Like the eyeglasses.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
So do they have a speaker or something that connects to an earphone then, so you can hear what the glasses are telling you when you walk? Or
It's what do you call that part that goes behind your ear? It's in your.
Bluetooth? Is
No,
it Bluetooth?
Like on the regular.
No, it's bone. It's bone conducting.
Yeah, like the part of the frame of the glasses has a speaker on it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I tried those, but I was not overly impressed. No. I mean, again, for those who travel a lot, maybe it's advantageous. But I don't travel that much at all. So, in anything that I use C and AI, which is great for reading stuff, labels and stuff. Chat GPT I use, Be My Eyes. Those are all things that are already on my phone, and I don't have to buy anything on top.
Correct, and I agree with that assessment, but I don't know. I think that we shouldn't like understate the benefit. I mean, what I see as a benefit of the hands-free option. I just think that's really cool. Just that idea of not having to stand there and like hold the phone in one hand and my cane in the other.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like, can you move the phone down a bit? Oh, okay. Now move it a little bit left, and like all you'd have to do is just look that way, and they would automatically see.
So Anya, since you tried these glasses on, can you tell us what kind of information does it give? Does it only read print, or does it give you like a pretty good description of your environment?
Oh, you can always ask follow-up questions. Like depends what you want. Like we were experimenting with my friend standing in front, and then I said, like, what's in front of me? So, and it told me that there was a man in a gray shirt, just if I ask, tell me more about this man, and it tells me more, So, but it can be glitchy too. I saw on Facebook somebody was talking about this. They were at the grocery store trying to pick, maybe a liquor store even, trying to pick up some wine, and they asked to read the label, and the glasses told them to go to nearest local hotel to try that wine, or something ridiculous like that. I was like,
Yeah, and I'm not right, and I'm not denying that. Nor am I denying that you are essentially correct, and that's the reason why I haven't been on the bleeding edge and went out and bought glasses, because it's like, right. I mean, if glasses that work with, say, Be My Eyes can't do anything else than the app can, it's like, do I want to pay for smart glasses? But I think though, as AI rolls out, though, I mean, again, I've always been in favor of seeing how AI can help blind people, because I mean, I think there are ways that it is helping right now, and that it's going to be able to help. So I think that's a very good thing.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about the potential of AI assisting the blind community and making our lives better. But I've never been one who goes after the latest and greatest thing when it comes to this stuff. I usually sit back and wait, let my peers try stuff out and hear what they think about it before I decide to go look at it myself.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, so thank you for your report on it, Anya, because that was very informative.
Yeah, I mean, still, I think everyone should try it before making,
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can try it. maybe somewhere. So
Now, can I ask you, Anya, since you did mention recently that you were at the national convention of the National Federation of the Blind, did you happen to come across anyone or interact with anyone that uses Envision glasses or no?
I don't. I mean, I didn't specifically ask. I asked people if they use smart glasses, but I didn't. I didn't ask which kind exactly.
Yeah. No. I know, but nobody mentioned though, like, oh yeah, I have these Envision or not. You didn't just hear conversation about Envision
No,
glasses, no?
no, not like that. Mm-mm.
Huh.
I mean,
Now,
it does seem that
what about the Meta smart glasses? Because I think those they do have a fair amount of traction in the blindness community. I mean, was there talk just generally, like not at an exhibitor booth or whatever, but did you hear more people talking about those or using those, like as you just were kind of walking around?
Well, we saw people walking around using them. And
Uh-huh.
also, I mean, I asked people who I knew about their experience, and I already told you what they said. Some people told me, "Oh yeah, I have those. I don't really use them." Some people got excited, bought them, and just set them in their drawer or something, and
yeah,
didn't really use it very much.
But nobody really mentioned the words Envision glasses, though.
No, not Envision glasses. But I
Huh.
did not hear anyone say, "Yes, that's the greatest thing. I'm so happy I have those." Nobody said that. At least from the small sample of opinions that I.
well, as a blind person, I know I have my 3 favorite tools that I always love, like my cane, and my iPhone and my Victor Reader Track. Those are 3 tools I absolutely love. So when you say that you didn't hear anybody saying that about it, that tells me a lot.
It kind of does, huh? Well, and I can say that from a aesthetic perspective, my wife is sighted, and she did say that the Envision glasses, like, obviously do look like you can tell that, oh, those must be some kind of like accessibility tool or something. Like they don't look like
they're not stylish.
They don't. Right. Whereas the Meta smart glasses are pretty stylish. They would go with a lot of different outfits and things.
Yeah, and you buy you pay mostly for the frame. That's what I also heard. You can go with the cheaper frame, and the cost of the actual glasses is not that high. You pay mostly for the
You mean
look.
the technology part of it?
Yeah, technology is already out there. Like, I mean, they incorporate a lot of stuff that has been around for a long time now. I mean, I'm sure there's some things they had to do to make this particular thing work, but yeah. So you pay for the frames, just like with regular glasses. Expensive glasses have great frames, and cheap glasses break all the time.
But I mean, like, I guess what I'm saying is I don't like to accentuate my blindness. Like, I am blind, and I'm certainly not going to try to hide it, but I don't like to accentuate it. So for me, what that means is I prefer Braille watches to talking ones, because most talking ones announce the time like I have a learning disability, and I don't. But you guys know the one. They're like, let me see what time it is here. Literally, okay, it's 5:47. But they're all, it's 5:47 p.m. I hate that.
Dude, I used to have a watch like that and it had a rooster on it. You're talking about the ones that had the rooster on it?
And cuckoo.
Yeah.
Cuckoo. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had one of those when I was a teenager.
But the voice though, when you ask it, it doesn't just say, "Oh, it's 5:47 p.m." It's 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We'll be right back. Hi, it's me, Rebecca S. Meadows, the author, with my new book, Living on Borrowed Time: The Ravings of an Angry Survivor of Traumatic Brain Injury and Guardianship Abuse. It's available on Kindle Digital Download, Amazon Print on Demand, and on Audible. Please go check it out. And now, back to the show. Boy, that lady sounds like she means business.
Yeah. So you guys decided to take out the part where you guys were promoting the Humane Society?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've noticed last time it wasn't there either. So
yeah. So did I tell you guys what happened with that dog that we adopted from the Humane Society?
Well, you said you sent them to the training, and you were supposed to.
No, the different dog. So the dog that we adopted from the Humane Society back when we made that commercial was a dog named Sammy. And Sammy was like, I could kind of see Sammy. She was kind of red, or not red, but she's black and had some gray on her and some white, right? And she was really fluffy, right? And when we met her at the Humane Society, she was all lovey-dovey to Pat and me, and we fell in love with her, and we brought her home. And we have two other dogs, Precious and Shepherd, right? Well, long story short, what wound up happening was we caught Sammy attacking our dogs, and we returned her to the Humane Society, very angry because they didn't tell us she was aggressive to other animals. And they didn't make us aware of a lot of things with this dog, right? And my boyfriend was very upset, right? And so we returned her, and in the coming days, like it was a day or two later, I realized that my dog Shepherd, because I was petting him, and I was like, what are all these marks on him? And I had my boyfriend take a closer look at him, and he had bite marks all over him. And it was like 3 months later, he still had scabs on his ears, especially his right ear. She had so many bite marks in his right ear. And he has like floppy ears, you know what I mean? And his right ear was covered with, like when I would pet him and rub his ear, like I'd slide my fingertips down it, and I could just feel all of the wounds and the bumps from where her teeth had gone into his ear, you know? And she had like a bunch of bite marks on his sides and stuff. We took him to the emergency room vet, and it cost me like $1,000 because they had to go through and clean every little bite mark individually and disinfect each bite mark so it wouldn't get infected. And he was covered in bite marks from Sammy. And so we were so frustrated, right, with that whole situation. And I thought, I mean, I love animals, but I don't want to promote the Humane Society after they did that to us. Because like I said, they didn't make us aware of Sammy's aggressiveness. And it really endangered our other pets, you know.
And what did they say when you guys told them the story? Like, what happened? What did they say?
Oh, my boyfriend went in with the dog, and they tried to say, oh, you can't return her. And he's like, oh, yes, we can. And we're just leaving her here, and we're leaving. Bye, right? Because they were trying to make us keep her, right? And we're like, no, we're not taking her back home because she's a danger to our other dogs. And so we left her there, and we left, right?
But did you get your money back for adoption?
No, we didn't. I don't remember how much that was. I think it was like a $75 adoption fee or something because it was from the actual pound. You know what I mean? And then later on was when Patrick went and found the Australian German Shepherd cross that we wound up with that I still have. And she's almost a perfect dog now. She still has some accidents in the house, but she's a lot better. And she's a lot better. She doesn't chew on stuff as much anymore. She's a lot calmer. And she's really settled in with the other two dogs. Which reminds me, so last week, the last day of July was when my German Shepherd came home. You guys probably remember months ago, my German Shepherd had to go in for surgery. Does this sound familiar? Yeah, she had her surgery the first week of June. And then she's been recovering at my sister's house all this time because she wasn't strong enough to come back to the house where the other dogs are, where she'd be running with the other dogs all the time. Because she had a torn ACL on her hind leg. And it was really weak after the surgery. And so it took a couple of months of her rehabbing. My sister was taking her out for walks several times a day, like starting with short walks, right? And then working up as the dog was getting stronger. Well, Precious finally came home last Thursday. And so her and Shepherd were reunited. And then the next day, the dog trainer brought the puppy home from her final week of dog training. And
oh dang.
and see the puppy and Precious is the German Shepherd that had surgery. Precious and Fawn, the puppy, had not met prior to Friday. And I was really panicking, thinking, oh my gosh, what if there's a dog fight or something like that? Or what if the dog trainer finds out that I'm trying to introduce these dogs to each other? And what if the dog trainer reams me a new hole, right? Or chews me out for being a bad dog parent or something, right? For trying this.
Mm-hmm.
And when the dog trainer walked in with the puppy, she let the puppy off the leash, and the puppy was running around with my other two dogs, and they were all interacting, and I couldn't, because the dog trainer was talking to me and trying to hold my attention, I couldn't see what the dogs were doing. I was really stressed out that they would fight, but all of a sudden the dog trainer goes, oh, I'll put her in her kennel. So she locked the puppy in the kennel, and then she left a few minutes later, and then I was like, oh my gosh. So then I checked on my German Shepherd, and she was fine. And so I let the puppy out so they could continue getting to know each other. And the dogs have been getting along great.
That's good.
Yeah, sometimes Precious and Shepherd gang up on Fawn. My sisters caught them doing that. I think my handyman mentioned that he had caught them doing that too. Because they, like, Fawn is a puppy, right? And she's very rambunctious and has a lot of energy. So I think it's taking both of them to kind of, keep her under control.
So that's how you ended up with 3 dogs. I was wondering, like, why do you have 3?
Yeah. So Patrick got the puppy, right? And because Precious was gone and Shepherd wasn't eating, so we got the puppy so Shepherd would have a companion, because we were talking about getting a third dog anyway before Precious had her surgery thing, right? And so I thought, well, then when Precious comes back, we'll just have the third dog. Well, but then Patrick left. Remember, he left like in early July and left me high and dry with, well, first it was 2 dogs, and then Precious came home last week, so now I have 3 dogs. And so here I am, a blind woman with 3 dogs. Fortunately, I have a big house, but I'm the only one that lives here. I feel like I'm not giving the dogs enough attention. But my handyman comes over every morning and walks them with me.
No, that's nice.
Yeah, you're gonna have to buy the big bags of food.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. And this puppy eats like a bottomless pit. She scarfs down her canned dog food. Then she goes after the other 2 dogs' food.
Yeah.
And every time I go to hand out bacon strips or any kind of treat, like the puppy gets hers first, right? Like I try to hand it to one of the other dogs, nope, the puppy sneaks in there and swipes it away from me, right? And in order to give like the German Shepherd her share, like I have to hold the puppy back with one hand and hand the treat to the German Shepherd with the other hand. And my dog, he just goes and gets in his kennel, and then I shut his door so the big puppy can't get in there after him, and I drop the treats through the top to him, the bacon strips or whatever, and then he just sits in there and eats them. Because that puppy tries to get in there after him to get the food or treats, whatever. She has no manners at all.
Well,
it's really
going
crazy.
Just briefly back to books, it sounds like you might need to pick up one of Cesar Millan's. The dog whisperer guy.
Oh, I didn't know. I haven't read any of his books. Have you guys read any of Bruce Cameron Williams' books about dogs?
No, I'm not a dog person, period. I'm a cat person, so dogs are not something I'm going to read about. Although they're great animals, but
Brandon, if you like books about dogs, Bruce Cameron Williams, he wrote a book called A Dog's Purpose and another one called A Dog's Journey. They're so good. They're told from the perspective of the dog.
Okay.
And they're really, really good. And he wrote some other books, but those were the first 2 that I read of his, and they were really good. And they're on Bard too.
I got you. Well,
so
for you, Anya, and me, we have a cat as well. But our cat's an old girl. But for you, you might have heard of the TV show My Cat from Hell. That's Jackson Galaxy. He's like the cat guy.
No, never heard of it. Never heard of it. You might want to read a book, Brandon, since you have a cat. It's called Think Like a Cat. So,
really?
I should.
Is that on Bard?
It's either on Bard or Bookshare. I can't remember, one of the 2.
What's it about?
It's about the cat.
comedy?
No, it's not a comedy. It's about like I read this book when we were getting our first cat, just to learn how they behave, what they do, what they like, how to train them, and think like a cat. So just try to look from the cat's perspective how it's gonna
For
be.
sure.
Yeah,
For sure. And that's a lot of what Jackson Galaxy says too. I mean, I'm just so glad that, our cat doesn't shred curtains and bite people, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't like animals like that.
I had cats for most of my life until 2016, right? And I've had cats that shred drapes and bite people
that would drive me crazy. It's like
and carve up my wooden table legs with their claws.
That's not
shred
cool.
my sheets.
No way. No.
My last cat was my last cat, and back in like 2016 or so. So
yeah.
Alexa, stop.
Like that's why you should claw them. Like I'm not saying declawing. I'm talking about trimming their claws.
Trim them, yeah.
We need to do that with Giles. She keeps reminding us, and we're like, yes, we'll do it. And then we just keep getting busy.
Yeah,
but her nails are really long right now, though.
Yeah, well, and if they tolerate it, you guys can try if your wife is willing to do that. We usually gang up on our cat, so we learn our way to do it.
We would have to do that same thing because she hates it when we do it. We usually have the vet do it because she hates it when people mess with her paws. But
how much do you pay for the?
I don't know, just the trimming, because we normally, like when we get her checkup, we just normally roll it into that. But it's so funny, like when she walks, you can hear like.
Yeah.
Now, Anya brings up one reason why I don't have cats anymore. Because I realize if my pet is so smart that it takes me and another person to gang up on them, to get one over on them, that's a problem, right? And I got tired of my cats scheming against me and being a pain in my butt. And
they do too.
Oh, Beck,
my dogs want to make me happy, right? The cat never wanted to make me happy.
No, Beck, I'll tell you. I mean, with my orange cat, like the troublemaker cat who sometimes comes and sits on my lap when we're doing the show, he I could do it. He's friendly enough to allow, but I am afraid to do it because I don't understand how to cut it. And I mean, it's not like I can experiment on something and take
his
knowledge.
claws?
Yeah, I'm afraid to hurt him.
Oh yeah, so cats have like a tendon in each of their claws, and if you cut their claws too short, it makes the tendon bleed and it causes the cat pain.
I know.
The same with dogs too. Like I take my dogs to the vet, and the vet charges me like $10 or something, and she'll trim their nails for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you have a cat, like you can get like these. I used to have them for my cat, and you put their claw in there, and then you just like. If I remember correctly, it was like pliers, and you pinch them together, and then it snips the end of the nail off. And as long you can do that, you could just literally trim just the end off, right? So you're nowhere close to the tendon,
Right.
As a blind person, you could do that so that you could trim their nails and at the same time not endanger them. But it also depends on how much the cat squirms. What were you saying?
Ask you this, Beck.
What?
I heard it said one time, I don't think this is true, but I just think it's a perfectly fitting question to ask, given that we are giving the blind view to the entire world. I heard it said one time that the makers of Science Diet started because a blind guy wanted to give his dog guy the very, very best food, for longevity. Now, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's how Hills got started, but I will say we've raised our cat, and they offer dog food as well on very good brands like that. So people are always like, geez, and we tell them she's not spoiled, she's privileged, okay? But she's always eaten very, very well. So nothing bad to say about Science Diet. So
yeah, we just buy now. We'll just buy Meow Mix.
yeah.
You know, we were talking about good books a few minutes ago, and I wanted to say something. If Bruce Cameron Williams is ever watching this show, I love your dog books, but I wish you'd write one from the point of view of a guide dog. I think that would be the most fascinating dog book, don't you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Well, for that, he would have to learn about guide dogs.
Well, he could come to one of the national conventions to see what the guide dogs go through, so he could write, because part of the book would want to be about the guide dog going to the convention, right? And interacting with other dogs, and because all of us know the stuff, the kind of crazy stuff that goes on between the dogs at the conventions, right? And he would probably want to hang out with a blind person and their dog for a while to see what the dog does when they're like navigating the blind person through the city, you know, on the various public transportations and on the sidewalks. Is the show over?
Yep.
I guess Gino decided the show's over. Or is that our second commercial break?
The show is not over unless you want it to be over. I was just letting you know we're at the hour mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I really enjoyed talking about this. Do you guys want to talk for a few more minutes, or should we end the show?
Well, I actually plan to go for a walk before it gets too dark.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
plan
gonna eat dinner too. But I think back, just to kind of circle back to where you started at the top, I think we have things that we can look forward to, because Brenner and Brennan and Clapper and Comey, you know, they're being sent to a grand jury decision. So
yeah, that's the goodness. I hope it goes somewhere.
All these people running out of Texas on, you know, jet setting on multi-million jet. You know,
isn't it great too? All the stuff that's coming out in the open.
I mean, but let's see what happens. Because I'm with you though. I don't want these people, these scoundrels, to get away with it. So we'll see what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Right, guys?
Right.
Absolutely.
Anya, did you want to say anything before we wrap up?
Oh, I mean, it's a great show. We covered a range of topics. So
yeah, it was a fun show. Thank you, guys. Have a good evening.
Have a good one, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for watching Becca's World. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.
I got